I think I'll start with the two goals. The two important elements we thought of this football game was rushing the football up front, the battle of the trenches, and clearly came up short there. I think they quadrupled or so or more our rushing game with our 50-some yards to their 250. I haven't seen any statistics.
305.
305. Thanks for reminding me that.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, but so our 50 to their 305. That was costly. The second thing was the win the turnover margin, and that I thought was going to be a crucial factor in winning this game. And you know, we created 0 turnovers and they created 3 turnovers, and 2 of them were scores. So we gave them 14 points, and that was tough. So I think when you lose those 2 things, you really are starting way behind the 8 ball, and we had a lot of ground to make up for that, and we just didn't do a really effective job. But I did see some positives. I think Rashid really came out and had a nice game for the Spartans. Kickoff return, caught a touchdown pass, and I saw a lot of first-year guys out there playing for us that you know, they got that a little bit broken in, if you will. So those 2 things. But all in all, it wasn't the night I foresaw. I think we had a good fall camp, and I think we had a good week. And it's hard to say do something different because we practiced the up tempo. I think we just got to clean up some things on our behalf, and such as the turnovers and some errant plays. I think we cleaned that up, and that game's a better football game.
Yeah, obviously the 2 turnovers, as you mentioned, were so costly. Not just a turnover, but boom,
Right.
14 points on the
Yeah, no, you can't give any opponent, let alone a good team. They were a bowl team last year, 14 points, handed to them, hand delivered. And I just felt bad for our defense because we put them on the field, and offense did in some really inopportune situations and points as well.
Now, you obviously had some issues defending the run a year ago. Was that tonight because of your concentration on limiting Tulsa's passing attack, or do you think you have still have the same issues? Or
No, I think we have a different group of young men, a different scheme, and no, that's been our Achilles heel, and we really worked on it in the off season, and I thought we addressed it and cleaned it up. But no, I have no excuse. That's just I think our defense was put on the field a lot, and their style of play. You know, we have to, as an offense, eat up more clock time, clock-consuming drives. We can't 3 and out, and we can't turn it over because, again, that puts a high number of snaps. And when you have your defense on the field for a high number of snaps, they're going to be vulnerable to giving up yardage and giving up, therefore, points.
Well, you did get, sacked him 4 times in the first half and pressured him several other times, so it wasn't like they were just moving up and down the field passing. But
yeah. So that was encouraging, seeing some sacks, getting after the quarterback. I feel like we're a better team in the front 7. It doesn't show statistically in the rushing game, but I feel like we're a better team up front. Again, as I told the players, it certainly didn't show up. But I believe in this team. I think that we're going to roll up our sleeves and we're going to get back to work and learn from those mistakes we made and bounce back.
What did impress you about Tulsa tonight?
Well, I think they got some good-looking receivers now. Those guys are 6'4", 6'5", and they did a good job throwing it down the field. I think the second play of the game was a go route and just went up and got it. And I think they did a good job. They mix it up with the inside zone running game combined with their passing attack. But really where they get you is running the football. But those guys are a threat on the outside because they're such big targets. I don't know if I've ever seen a big group of receivers, all 3 or 4 across, 6'5" and above, and they've got a pretty good system. And I think the difference in the game wasn't so much that, but their defense. I'll credit their defense because their defense gave their offense more time, and a lot of that is us not consuming more time on the clock and turning the ball over.
I'm sure Lawrence is going to tell me that 53 yards, it has to be low total for quite a while. You had a game like that.
Yeah, sure. No, I'm curious what the net rushing, because some of those were sacks.
Right.
You know, sacks will take away your rushing game, and so we gotta certainly clean that. I think also a difference. They did a good job getting pressure on Kenny early in the game. Our passing, our play action pass, our drop back passing game. They got pressure in the backfield, and some of it was on us, and some of it was bringing extra heat, and we've got to be able to answer to that quickly. But we definitely need to step in the right direction from here.
Yeah, last year you were in every game all season, right? I mean, you have games that were.
Yeah, no, this was one it was tough, right? It got away early, and never say never, and always fight and compete. And I thought, hey, the second half, let's come out and let's do what we can. But we just, even in the second half, while it was a little bit closer, they probably took their foot off the pedal a little bit, and we played a little bit better. And it just was a tough game. It was an ugly game. And like I said, this game doesn't define us, but we're going to certainly learn from it. Okay, thank you.
Kenny, what happened tonight to San Jose State?
We didn't come out and play good football from the start, and we kind of found ourselves in a back pedal, and really just couldn't come out of it. Things just didn't go our way. We got a couple unlucky bounces. We didn't execute. We didn't win up front. We didn't make plays. A bunch of things that we feel are going to change next game. We're going to go back to the drawing board, and we know this doesn't indicate how good of a football team we are. We're a much better football team than that scoreboard showed out there, and it should have been a much closer game in our eyes, but we just couldn't get over that hump and come back. But we're going to come back and bounce back.
You talk about bouncing back in the second half. At least you guys sustained some long drives,
Yeah.
But you only came away with 3 points. Comment about possessions in the second half.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. We made those long drives. We showed signs of being an executive football team and being able to execute down the stretch. And we went down and drove on them, and then we just couldn't execute in the goal line, or we couldn't execute in the red zone, or we turned the ball over in the red zone. And things like that, you can't win football games like that. And we know that if those things maybe have changed, we got a couple different bounces. We could have been in the game at some point, but they ran away with it, and they took advantage of our mistakes, and now we're here. But we're gonna go back to watch the film, look ourselves in the mirror, and own our mistakes as a team, and then we're gonna bounce back next week.
Tim, what happened tonight to San Jose State?
I don't know. I think we just kind of got beat to the punch. Kind of came out a little flat, and once they scored kind of quick, kind of put ourselves in a hole that we were just, unfortunately, we couldn't get out from it. So, yeah.
The game was tied 7-7 after the touchdown play to Rasheed Johnson. What were some of the struggles that the offense had, at least the rest of the first half?
I think we could have done a better job at blocking, the point of attack. We were trying to, open up holes, but we unfortunately couldn't really do that. And I think after that, our offense was just kind of out of sync. We didn't really find any rhythm, and that definitely was pretty much a key to our struggle in the first half.
Did Tulsa do anything that you guys didn't? Tulsa do anything defensively that you guys didn't expect?
I don't think so. I think a lot of our struggles came from inside internally. I think we could have done a better job of just executing our plays. And if we just executed, we were getting the looks that we were preparing for, and if we just would have executed our plays from practice, I think we would have been a whole lot better. It would have been a different story.
Okay. Lastly, what's going to be important for the team to bounce back for the next game against Portland State?
I think it's going to be important for us just to go back, take a good look at ourselves, watch the game film, learn from the game film, and not to be too discouraged. I mean, I thought we had a great spring. I thought we had a great fall camp, and we can't let one loss, get in the way of our success this season. It's still early. We only played one game. So I think we just have to go back to the drawing board, stick to who we are, what we do, and just come out firing for next week.